See, now this is exactly what I be talking about. I'm sitting down, I'm trying to get the questions up on my iPad so I can read them. And look, it's been loading for like 10 years, bro. My sorority is Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the first Black Greek letter organization to be founded, and also the first Black Greek letter organization to be founded on Howard's campus, Howard University. We were founded on January 15th, 1908. We were incorporated on January 29th, 1913, the only important date of that year. Kind of want to do the questions in like a question and answer / like adding a little bit of my own stuff into it, if that makes sense, because some people ask me some really good questions, but I also have some stuff that I just wanted to talk about regarding becoming an AKA, because I haven't made any videos since crossing. So let's get started. The first question that I will jump into is, what made you want to become a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated? Okay, so I've been like, of course, growing up, you see women around you, and I was lucky enough to have a lot of influential women around me. There'd be my mom. I had quite a few teachers. I had a guidance counselor in high school, like just many women around me that were doing big things, whether it was giving back to the community or giving back to children, such as children in my school district, or, you know, just bosses, independent Black women. And almost every time I encountered one of these women and they were in a sorority, it was Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Now, with that being said, I am a legacy. So my mom is an AKA, so I saw her and her stands and the way they interacted, and also that was something very inspiring to look up to, like just the bond that they shared. I was also in a program called the Academy, which is a youth program led through Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Omega Chapter in Cleveland. So I would see these ladies put on these great community service events, but also I would see them making sure that youth, me included because I was in the program at the time, making sure that youth were provided with the tools that they needed to build successful futures. So that is part of the reason why I wanted to become a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, from how strong the sisterhood is, to the giving back to the community, to just being independent, strong Black women. But also, I did some research on my own. Like, I know the common assumption is, oh, she's a legacy, oh, she had it easy, oh, this, that, and the third, you just want to, because your mom. No, that wasn't the case for me. As I was getting older, like, of course I saw my mom doing AKA stuff as I was younger. My mom crossed to 99, so I literally saw her as an AKA my whole entire life. And then my dad's an Alpha, so, and then I also have an aunt. I have an aunt and a cousin that's a Delta. I have a cousin that's a Q, and then we have family friends that are Kappas. So, you know, I saw the D9 presence in my family. But ultimately, I still made this decision for myself. I still had to do my own research. I still had to look up things and find information for myself to decide, oh yes, this is definitely something that I want to do. So I say, legacy or not, whether your parent is in an org or not, and you think you want to go that direction, still do your own research, because you might find out a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't know. I definitely did. And in my case, it was great information that I found out. Like, literally, I don't say this in a joking way, Alpha women are groundbreaking. Literally, there are so many firsts that we done. We were the first in space. We were the first in the White House, as you can see, Kamala Harris. But that's just like, that is literally like less than 1% of the firsts that we've done. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, you get what I'm saying. We are literally first in almost everything. And I don't say that in a like, oh, first place, like some made up type of ranking. I mean like literally like an alpha woman was the first person to do this. So I mean, hey, y'all look it up. I mean, not everything is for everybody, but I definitely suggest doing research as I did. This question is kind of a long answer. Like it's a very full answer. And I feel like before you join a Black Greek letter organization, you should have a full answer on why you want to be a part of that organization. So I'm going to try to wrap the remainder of this question up in under a minute because I could talk about it for like 30. Like the fact that Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated has a central target in HBCUs. Like there are so many Black kids that I meet that go to predominantly white schools that don't even know what an HBCU is. And it's actually quite sad because that is part of our history as Black people. I really love that Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is devoted to making sure that youth are informed about what HBCUs are, what they did in the past for us, whether that be provided us a safe space to grow or a safe space to, learn. But then not only do we raise awareness to HBCUs, we give back to HBCUs. So we raise $1 million, over $1 million actually most times, every year to give back to HBCUs, which is amazing to me because if you didn't know, now you know. Most HBCUs are not government funded. I think there's actually only one HBCU that is government funded, and that is, I want to say Tennessee State University. I could be wrong, but regardless, the point still stands that HBCUs are use any help that they can get. So out of curiosity, I looked up how much HBCUs receive in funding, and although it has increased since when I learned HBCUs receive nothing in funding, it is still significantly lower than what PWIs receive. Like, we receive close to nothing in funding. I also think it's amazing that we have a focal target in the arts. So that's encouraging Black people to express themselves in all ways, whether it be drawing, dancing, writing poetry, writing songs. That is amazing to me because I feel like as time goes on, we have more Black people who are being creative and expressing themselves. And we also look at the arts in the past, whether that be like the Harlem Renaissance. That's amazing. And another one of the reasons that I was drawn to Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is the fact that we are so focused on making sure that Black people not only generate wealth, but that we keep it. We keep our wealth. Like, you see Black people making money, and we literally have fallen victim to all this marketing and capitalism. And it's actually quite sad. Like, people are more excited to flex the new pair of tennis shoes that they got than to flex like the new stock that they invested in. So I think that's something that's also really important, is not just making sure that we have money, but making sure that we are building a foundation with that money so that we'll never need for money again. So yes, those are some of the main reasons why I was really drawn to Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. In addition to like the sisterhood, like I mentioned, as well as, just having a safe space with like-minded women who are on the same path as me, education-wise, financial-wise, career-wise. So the next question, around what range were your intake fees? That's something that I cannot disclose, but to be 100% honest, I don't even remember. I didn't pay for it, but I know it was expensive. I think it's common for it to be expensive, in all honesty, because talking to other people who are joining Black Greek letter organizations around the same time as theirs were expensive too. So it's just I think it's a common thing for the intake fees to be expensive. But if you think about it, like, you're getting everything with that. So, I mean, it's definitely worth it. Somebody else asked, what do y'all do for real? Like, what's the point? And that is actually a very valid question. Like, people don't know, like, what I can't speak for every other Black Greek letter organization, but I do know that the common basis in all Black Greek letter organizations, for real, is community service. So see us at all the community service events for the most part. I kind of explained what we do in the last question, but I can expound upon that some more. We also have network within each other where we can uplift each other as sisters, and we can also share our goals and aspirations and dreams and support one another through the fact that we all have like-minded goals. We also have a huge focal area in women's healthcare and wellness. So making sure that women have resources, making sure women are informed about things that we need to be informed about, whether it's sexual health, whether it's pregnancy, whether it's breast cancer awareness. We make sure that women have access to all of those materials. We have a mammogram truck that literally goes around different communities that don't have much access to health resources, and we give women a chance to get free mammograms to make sure that everything's okay with the girls, you know. So I mean, there are just those small things about my sorority that make it so special to me. Like, we are always doing some type of service, no matter what kind of service. To sum it up, like, what do we do for real? Community service. We uplift each other. We support one another. We make sure that the Black community, and not just the Black community, that's another one of the things that is so inspiring to me. Black women are given the bottom of the barrel, but in my sorority, we don't discriminate. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. It does not matter your sexuality. It literally does not matter. Like, whatever demographic you could think of, it does not matter. We're going to give back regardless. And I just think that's so inspirational. Because like I said, Black women are literally given the bottom of the barrel. Not only are we women, not only are we minorities, but we are women and minorities. So, I mean, just with all the hardships we face, we still find it in our hearts to give back to everyone. That is just so amazing to me. We focus on education. We also focus on uplifting people. There are like 2 more questions I'm going to answer, and then I'm going to get more into like my personal experience. Somebody asked, what is one of the biggest takeaways from this experience? And I learned a lot. It was a really big self-growth type of experience, if that makes sense. Like, I have line sisters now. It's crazy to me. There are 5 of us on my line, including myself. So there are 4 other people that I am constantly like worrying about. And one thing I definitely learned about myself is that I can be selfish. I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's never on purpose. It's never with ill intent. But it just took having to worry about other people, and you know, on such a deep level, because they're your sisters, for me to realize that. Like, I'm the oldest child. And I have siblings, but my siblings are so much younger than me that it's not like a type of thing. Like, I'm close with my siblings, but it's not, you know, it's different. It's different than like having these sisters come into your life that are literally the same age as you. Literally, their brain is as developed as yours, have different opinions, have different thoughts, have different needs, have different wants. So I think that is one of the biggest takeaways I learned. And I'm still a work in progress. I can still be selfish sometimes. It's not like a terrible selfishness type of thing, like where it's like I will let somebody starve, you know. But sometimes I can definitely be self-centered, and that definitely was exposed when I got line sisters. So that's one of the biggest takeaways from this experience. I still have tons of takeaways, and maybe I'll address those in another video because I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. It's already probably going to be like 15, 20 minutes long, which is too long. But yeah, that is one of the biggest takeaways I have from this experience, is just how to be more selfless and less selfish. That is one of the biggest things that I took away. Next question is, you be stepping. I would say like most Greek sororities, I won't speak on the fraternity, we like stroll. So like strolls are more like, you know, flowy type thing. Steps are more concrete, like, you know. So I would say we stroll more than we step, but yes, I do stroll every now and then. I'm not the sister, I'm not the soror that's gonna be strolling at every single thing, but I will step out there, you know, do my little thing every now and again. Some of these questions have already been answered in the questions I'm asking, like what made you pick AKA over any other sorority? We are the first. Not to throw no shade, but literally no other Black Greek letters sororities would exist without us. And I don't say that to be rude or to be petty or to be degrading, because we, at the end of the day, we are all divine 9 sisters under one big umbrella. But your org would not exist without my org. That's just it. There's nothing more to say about it, but literally just look it up. Look it up, babe. Look it up. Look it up. I play all day. But no, in all seriousness, I picked my sorority over any other sorority because of all the reasons I just listed. Literally. And there are still more. Like, I'll have to do more than one video on sorority stuff. And I plan to do more than one video on sorority stuff. So maybe ask in the comments, like, what you want to see, and I can answer it. Somebody also asked, how's the experience? I'm gonna knock these 2 questions out in like 1 minute. How's the experience, and what made you pledge your first year instead of waiting a little bit? So I pledged my first year instead of waiting a little bit because, first of all, when the opportunity presents itself, you take it. The opportunity presented itself, I hopped on it. I knew this was something I wanted to do. And I mean, what's the point in waiting? Why wait if it's right in front of you? So yeah, I pledged my first year. And the funniest part is I told like one of my closest friends and my mom that I wanted to cross freshman year, and they were like, you don't think it'll happen sophomore year? You don't want to wait till sophomore year? And I literally always had the feeling in my heart it was gonna happen freshman year. So it did. Like, I really think I thought that into existence, because there's just no way. Like, everybody was down, for real. Everybody was down. They were saying, oh, sophomore year, oh, junior year. And then it happened. So, yeah, that's why I pledged freshman year. Sorry about the forever changing camera angles. I keep having technical difficulties, so it is what it is. But I swear, this is the last question. I'm making it short. So the last question is, how's the experience? The experience is indescribable. It's everything I ever expected it to be and more. I literally know people from all across the nation simply because they are my sorors. And on top of that, just meeting people in the D9 in general is amazing. You get an overwhelming amount of support. But then just from my org in particular, my sorors, in my chapter, and even not in my chapter, the amount of support you get, no matter what you need it for, is amazing. Words can't describe. So that's really it for this video. I'm gonna include like a few pictures and clips from like when I came out. We had a professional photo shoot and it was cool. It was amazing. Like, it felt surreal. But as I said, I'm going to include those after this probably. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll definitely be back with more. I'll probably do like a move-in vlog, a dorm tour for this year. I'm living in a different building, so I'll definitely get you guys up on that. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.